It was about 1:30 in the morning on July 14th that our world basically collapsed. That was the night that we got a call that our daughter Hallie, who'd gone off to a concert that night, had collapsed, and they were rushing her to St. Luke's Hospital. Dragged ourselves out and got in the car, and she had passed in the ambulance on the way. Of course, we didn't know that until we got there. So, not an easy situation. I mean, you know, there's certain images you have burned into your brain, you know. You know you're in a problem when you walk in the emergency room and the first person that comes to talk to you is the chaplain. Should be a clue. There are certain things you'll always remember. I'll remember that moment. And I'll remember when he took us into the room to see her. It's an image I've got. I see it every day. I don't want to see it. That's just not, you know, it's something I can't get rid of. You know, it's just there. After the funeral and everything, we took about, we were trying to recoup, Dee and I. I decided I'd go back to work after about 2 weeks, and because I wanted some normalcy or something. Well, I was there for about 2 months, and I broke. I don't know how else to put it. I broke. I was on a conference call, and somebody said something that I disagreed with, and I went off like a bottle rocket. And I remember right after the call, I hung up, stood up, packed my papers, locked my desk, walked straight to my boss's office and said, I broke, I'm going home. Gone. I knew I needed to do some work on some grief. Dee had some books at home and some other things she'd been using, and it was working for her, so I thought, you know, I'll do it for me. And I don't know why, but I wound up in the garage. This was on Thursday, I believe. No cars. And I'm standing in the garage, and it suddenly dawned on me. Hallie had been, she'd been an aspiring comedian. She'd been at Stanford's and done some things in Colorado, but she was going to have a one-woman show in Lawrence. And it was the garage where she would go to rehearse her material. And she'd pace around and go over and over again, and it just dawned on me. I mean, it just hit me like a flood. And I went into, I don't even know what I'd call it, but I wound up in an absolute rage. I was mad, and I was mad at God, and I wanted to make absolutely certain He knew it. I mean, a lot of people don't know we've lost 2 kids, right? Hallie was the second one, and this is not a sweepstakes you want to win once, much less twice. I'm thinking, twice? Twice? You're going to do this to us? Twice? Still a little anger here, I guess. I railed on for about 5 minutes, and I just stopped, and I broke for a second, and I just looked up and said, God, will you please help me? And it was gone. My anger, my anxiety, everything was gone. I had asked Him to take it away from me, and He did. And I stood there for a while because I didn't quite know what had happened. I couldn't tell where the anger had gone. And I was thinking about it later, trying to put some meaning around it. And I came to realize that God's not just this thing. I mean, He's a person, and He cares. What He actually said to me in just that moment, in that experience, was, you know what? Yeah, I know you're angry, Ken. And I know you don't understand. And I know you're angry at me. Go ahead, be angry at me. It's all right. I don't care. Let it out. Let it out. And when I finally said, God, please help me, I think He went, yeah, that's what I was waiting on. And it's gone. And really from that moment, it hasn't come back. I miss Hal. I grieve for her regularly. But it's no longer overwhelming. And I can say honestly, He took that away from me. Thank you. Yeah, He took it away from me. I don't have to carry it around anymore. It has taught me to trust him. It has taught me to trust him more than any other experience I've had. And it's just a little thing. It's just a little thing. It's not a miracle. Well, it was to me. It was just a little thing. And it was enough.